In a suburb of Phoenix, Arizona, there's a fleet of 600 minivans shuttling people from place to place. Ordering one feels almost exactly like calling an Uber, except for one thing. The vans are driving themselves.
It does feel like from when I first got in that it is just a normal car.
Their vehicles are all over our roads. I don't think you could stand at a street corner or drive a couple miles without seeing a Waymo vehicle.
I know that some of this technology is scary for many of our citizens, but I think if you see other times in our economic arc that this has really opened up new worlds for people and new opportunities.
This is my 33rd year in policing, and when I started in policing, we had vehicles, obviously, but there were no computers, there were no cell phones, pagers weren't in existence yet. So to see this technology in relatively a short 30-year span is just absolutely fascinating.
In 2004, the U.S. Department of Defense hosted a 142-mile driverless car obstacle course competition. The farthest any of the entrants got was a little over 7 miles.
And off we go. Good try, guys.
The next year, the DoD tried again. This time, 5 vehicles completed the course, but a team from Stanford did it the fastest. That Stanford team was led by a computer scientist named Sebastian Thrun.
So I didn't anticipate this to become a race for speed. It's one of the most thrilling races ever.
In 2007, Google hired Thrun, and he created Google X. 2 years later, Google X launched a self-driving car project. In 2016, that project spun off as its own company called Waymo under Google's parent company, Alphabet.
Here's an example of the Waymo Chrysler Pacifica minivan. There's nobody driving. There's nobody behind the wheel.
The company says it's tested its vehicles in over 25 cities in 6 states, but the most miles seem to have been driven around Phoenix, Arizona.
From the police department's point of view, I mean, our mission is to keep our city safe. So we recognize this technology as something that could really impact our roadways, because the overwhelming majority of collisions are preventable.
You get in the car and you have a seat and it has a start button, and it's pretty trippy when you see the fact that the car is driving itself.
It's amazing to see how well the brain processes information as a driver, to see the car do the same exact thing. It's great to be a part of history. For my kids to experience. My daughter actually liked it a lot, didn't she?
Right now, Waymo is doing 2 main things in the Phoenix area. Around 1,000 members of the community have access to its rideshare beta program, Waymo One. Users can summon one of Waymo's 600 vehicles 24/7 and ride anywhere within a limited local region. And these users are actually paying for the rides. It's not just a free demo.
I probably use Waymo maybe 10% of the time. The biggest limiting factor is that it only goes in a certain defined area, mostly in Chandler and Tempe and maybe a little bit of Mesa. If it went all the way downtown, I would probably take it a whole lot more.
The reason Waymo is limited to a small region is because its cars are autonomous, but only in specific locations. Everywhere it can drive has been carefully mapped and analyzed so that even before sensing anything new, the vehicle already has a good sense of where it is.